My daughter called me a nobody in front of her friends on my birthday. You fix toilets. You think that makes you a man? I turned 48 last month. I wasn't expecting balloons or a party, but I didn't expect my own kid to tear me apart either. My wife, Angela, had insisted we do a small dinner at our townhouse in Tacoma. She ordered sushi platters from a place I couldn't pronounce, poured champagne for her friends, and left me with a lukewarm bottle of Bud Light. The table was crowded with people I barely knew, her yoga group, some neighbors, even a man I'd never met in a tailored Navy suit. While everyone laughed about vacation homes and Tesla stock, I sat quietly, picking at $27 slices of sashimi, trying not to feel like furniture in my own house. That's when it happened. My 16-year-old daughter Clara was showing TikToks to her friends on her cracked iPhone. One of them asked, "Wait, is that your dad?" She looked right at me and smirked. "Yeah, he unclogs toilets for a living, thinks that makes him a man." They all burst into giggles. And then she said the words that hit harder than any punch I'd ever taken. "You're a nobody." I froze. This was the same girl I taught to ride a bike in the Safeway parking lot. The kid who used to beg me for bedtime stories about princesses who fixed engines. Now she looked at me like I was gum stuck to her shoe. Before I could even respond, Angela raised her glass toward the man in the suit. "This is Grant," she announced proudly. "He owns 3 wine bars in Seattle. He's what a real man looks like." She glanced at me with a smile sharp enough to cut glass. "You were just temporary." The room erupted in awkward laughter. I didn't yell, didn't smash a plate. I simply stood, walked upstairs, and packed a duffel bag. 15 minutes later, I drove off with my heart pounding so hard it drowned out the radio. 30 minutes after that, my phone lit up. 32 missed calls. Angela, Clara, unknown numbers, and strangely, Grant. I turned it off. The next morning, sitting in a Greasy Spoon diner on Pacific Avenue, I ordered black coffee and a $6 turkey sandwich. My hands shook as I scrolled through emails. Angela thought she'd broken me. Clara thought she'd embarrassed me. They had no idea I'd been preparing for this moment for months. See, I don't just fix toilets. I own a plumbing company with 6 vans, 3 apprentices, and contracts with every condo board in the county. Last year alone, we cleared $1.2 million in revenue. I kept it quiet because I wanted Clara to grow up humble. I drove an old Honda Civic, wore work boots, and never bragged about the bank balance. But humility has a cost. They mistook it for weakness. 2 weeks later, Angela served me divorce papers, clearly drafted in a rush by some lawyer Grant probably recommended. What she didn't know was that every account, every mortgage payment, every college fund deposit had been documented meticulously. My accountant had records dating back a decade, and Clara, she kept posting TikToks of new dad Grant taking them shopping. One clip showed a $4,200 Louis Vuitton bag. Another had Grant swiping Angela's card at Nordstrom. Cute, except both cards were still joint accounts. Accounts I froze the following Friday night. They found out while dining at a high-end steakhouse. Bill, $680. Cards, declined. The waiter snapped a photo when Angela screamed, "My husband will pay." That photo went viral on Yelp. The final blow came at Clara's private school fundraiser. Angela showed up with Grant dripping in jewelry. Halfway through the night, the headmaster tapped the microphone. "We'd like to thank our sponsor, Patterson Plumbing, for their $50,000 scholarship donation this year. Without Mr. Patterson, dozens of students wouldn't have the chance to be here." All eyes turned to me. I stood in a simple polo shirt smiling, while Angela's face drained of color. Grant whispered something, then slipped away before dessert. Now, Angela lost the house in the settlement. Grant's bars are under audit. Turns out he wasn't as successful as she thought. Clara tried to call last week, voice shaking. "Dad, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry." I didn't hang up, but I didn't answer either. Because the truth is, I'm not a nobody. I'm the man who built everything they took for granted. And when they tore me down in front of strangers, I walked away stronger.